Hey, what's up, guys? It's got Votary here, and the time is now. We are less than 24 hours from the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of information that I gathered from GameStop. Kind of give you a little bit of guide to getting in your pre-order. So let's get it started. So from what I found out from calling 2 different locations, I noticed a pattern. They are going to have a certain amount available for pre-order, both the console by itself as well as the bundle. So from what I seen, one of my local GameStops is going to depend on the volume of your store, which is going to determine how much each store is going to have, obviously, right? So one of the locations I called, they're going to have 20 available consoles and 30, or it'll be 20 available consoles and 50 available bundles with the Mario Kart. So that's about 80 people. And I called another location, and the number for the consoles by itself was a little bit lower, but it seems to be the pattern that there's going to be double the amount of bundles. So it seems like they're trying to move a lot of the bundles. So if you call your local GameStop before they close, you got a little bit of time. Out on the west, I think you got even more time, but call and find out how many they're going to have, and then you can kind of gauge, you know, what time you may have to show up. I'm also going to go and peek my head at a couple locations at midnight. Sounds crazy, but I don't know how many crazy people are going to be out there trying to start the line as early as midnight. So my plan is to just go scope it out. If there's no one out there, then I'm going to go there later. Hopefully that's the case. I know my local one, I have one that opens at 11 and one that opens at noon. So I'm just going to go early to whichever one I choose. Probably one I have the better chance of getting, which is the same one that I actually waited to get the first Switch. I'm going to head out there, and I figure by just looking at the amount of people that's out there, I'll be able to gauge, like, all right, there's supposed to be 80 available. I can kind of gauge where I'll be at. So my plan is to kind of get up early, and I would definitely recommend that to you guys if you want to get up, or you should get there as early as you can without anything, you know, try not to do anything crazy and sit overnight and stuff like that, or get there too early, but early enough where you can kind of gauge, you know, based on the information that you got. Also, it was also recommended to me by the GameStop associate, and I've also been noticing this over the past couple of years, that whatever games and accessories you want, not necessarily accessories, but the games, GameStop, that whatever location, you will be getting, they will be getting the amount of games that are pre-ordered. So if you want the game, you definitely want to pre-order. And the prices that they are giving, they said $50 down for the console, and for a game it's going to be $5. So you definitely want to put in the pre-order if you plan on. I mean, you can always change your mind, but if you decide you want a couple games, at least put $5 down, put your 50 down on console, then you'll be locked in. So keep that in mind, that's what you need to put down, a minimum of $50 and $5 per game. And if you are undecided, they are probably not going to have extra copies unless you have to wait the 48 hours if somebody doesn't pick up their pre-order. So just keep that in mind when you go for your pre-order. If you are thinking about getting certain games, make sure you put down $5 on the game. I got this printout from GameStop associate, so I do have the price. So for the Switch 2 console, of course, we all know it's $449. The Switch 2, the Mario Kart bundle is $499. They also have an essential bundle, which is the console price plus $259 or $279 for the 1 year or the 2 year, and I believe that is for the with the Nintendo Switch Online service. Then they also have an enhanced bundle for one year is $349, $369. Actually, no. So those bundles will come with the warranty. 1 year $54.99, $74.99 for 2 years. Of course, you know they're going to always try to sell you on that at GameStop. The games that are going to be available for launch on launch day: Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remastered for $39.99, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 Edition $69.99, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 Edition $79.99, Mario Kart World $79.99, Street Fighter 6 Year 1 and 2 Fighters Edition for $59.99, and Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma $69.99. Then the upcoming games past launch, you're going to have Donkey Kong Bonanza, Super Mario Party Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, No Sleep for Konami Date from AI, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, Kirby and the Forgotten Land Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, Damon and Mechana Titanic Scion, that's going to be available. All those come in within a month of the release. The accessories, you got the Pro Controller going to be $84.99, the Switch 2 camera $54.99, the Express micro SD card, that's going to be very important. You're going to have 256 gig for $69, 512 for $99.99, and a 1 terabyte for $189.99. So I don't know, it's kind of adding up, guys, but keep in mind you got a carrier case for $19, a deluxe carrying case for $29.99, Joy-Con charging grip for $24.99, screen protector $14.99. Is free with a PRP on console. I guess that's the protection plan. Yeah, so it's free if you get a protection plan. Yeah, I don't know about that, but they got a card storage case, 24 slots for $9.99, and a GameStop Nintendo Switch 2 wheel grip twin pack for $16.99. They're also going to have amiibos, Raju, Sidon, Tulin, all from Zelda, and it's from Street Fighter 6, Luke, Jamie, and Kimberly. So again, $50 down for the consoles, $5 for games and accessories. Trade promotion and pro membership benefits are available. It says products not listed on the document may not be available for pre-order. Now, another thing that you want to keep in mind, if you have any old consoles, they are giving very good trade-in value to go towards your Nintendo Switch 2. And I plan on taking advantage of that. And my advice to you guys, scour the marketplace. Those Nintendo Switch lights are going for dirt cheap. I have gotten a couple for at least $50 and under. So I'm planning on taking 2 of those in, and they'll give it $100 each. So I'll be able to put down at least half, pay for half of my Nintendo Switch 2 up front. So you definitely can get a Switch Lite for like $50-$60. So my recommendation is do that. Also, the other key, or I guess like secret that you can use to help pay and knock down the price of your Switch 2 console would be hunting for the Xbox Series S. And that's the digital version of the current generation Xbox console. You can find those pretty much all day for less than $100. I found 2 under $100, and that was months ago. So you can look on Marketplace for those. They are giving $220 trade credit towards your Switch 2 for Series S. So keep that in mind. That's something you may want to look at. And also, talking to the associate, he said that those deals will be available not just tomorrow for putting in your pre-order. It'll be available for quite some time as a promotion leading up to the release of the Switch 2. So you don't have to rush to get them. So you got time in between to try to, at least at the grand scheme of things, depending on what you pay on Marketplace for these items, you may potentially get your Switch 2 for half the actual price. Or if you just have some that you have bought in a bundle and you really got a deal on, may even be free for you. So that's just some things to keep in mind. But I definitely want to know down in the comment section below, are you looking to get a Switch 2 pre-order in? Are you looking to pick up the Switch 2 on launch day? And also, the pre-orders go live online at 12 a.m. So that's that option too. People are preferring to do that. A lot of people prefer to do that and just get it sent to their house. It just so happened launch day, I will be a guest at SoCal Gaming Expo. I actually leave for SoCal on June 5th. I actually pushed my flight back from June 4th to the 5th because I was in fear of actually putting in a pre-order, and I know they only hold it for like 48 hours. I didn't want them to give it away. The other option that I didn't think about is whether or not paid for it in full. Then at that case, they got to hold it. I don't think they can, sell it at that point. So that's something that I got to think about, but I do plan on getting it. Also, the other information that I picked up from the GameStop associate is the midnight releases will be at all the GameStops, but the midnight release is only for pre-orders. It will not be a midnight release where you can show up at midnight and try to get one of the other ones that they have available. So those midnight releases will only be for the people who get the pre-orders in. It's not for anybody who wants to buy one that didn't do a pre-order. And the other information that I got from Associate, and you can take it with a grain of salt, because you hear people complain about the games, they're not really complaining about the price of the console. So as much as there was a lot of controversy regarding the price of the games, there was also got a ton of people like myself that is going to buy this console. I do believe this console is going to sell out. You got a lot of people saying that it's not. If you are interested in it and you are interested in getting it on launch, I would certainly try to lock in the pre-order. I would not believe the hype to say, oh, it's going to be plenty available. Don't bank on that. I've never seen that with any console that's been released maybe the past 2 or 3 generations. Don't believe that, especially with Nintendo. Just don't believe that. If you really want one, go and put your pre-orders in. Don't believe that. And even the associate, he said that there should be plenty available. I'm not banking on that, because plenty may be 50 or 60, but you're probably going to have 50 or 60 people that's going to show up at the launch day, coming in at the time of the opening of the store trying to pick up one. So I would not bank on that. I really wouldn't. That's just my advice. You could take it with a grain of salt, take it for what it's worth. But I definitely want to know what's your guys' thoughts on the launch of the Switch 2 finally happening for the pre-order. What do you think about the pricing? Are you going to take advantage of some of the trade-in values and credit to kind of knock down the price of your Switch 2 console? Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about that. And also, I'm going to, of course, be getting some footage when I'm there, just to kind of peep out the lines, see how things are running with the store as far as the pre-orders, and just kind of see what the buzz is about in my area. So stay tuned for that video as well. But until tomorrow, logging off. This is your boy, VideoGameVotary.